We are back with some more Giants franchise, and there is plenty of talk about. I'm going to skip my moves that I've made so far. We'll talk about that last, but I'm going to try to quickly breeze through all the trades and signings that have happened. So bear with me, there's a lot. The Steelers are receiving the second overall pick from the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins are getting quarterback Kellen Mond, the 44th pick in this upcoming draft, and the first round pick next season. The San Francisco 49ers are receiving the 13th overall pick from the Colts. The Colts are giving the 49ers Mike Evans. The Dallas Cowboys are receiving the 40th overall pick from the Tennessee Titans and are trading Travis Frederick to the Titans. So don't have to worry about Travis anymore. He's out of the division. The Texans received right end Lewis Grove, the 64th overall pick, and the 96th overall pick from the Raiders, and the Raiders received J.J. Watt. So J.J. Watt shipped on to the Raiders. Let's scroll down for a pick. So here's some of the bigger free agents that were signed. The Cardinals signed Nick Chubb. I'm not going to go in specifics for the money, but we're just going to go with who went where. Cardinals signed Nick Chubb and Kyle Juszczyk. The 49ers signed DeForest Buckner. The Redskins signed right tackle Mike McGlinchey. The 49ers signed wide receiver Paul Richardson. So we don't got to deal with Paul Richardson anymore, which is good for us. Miami signed Kyle Van Noy. We tried trading for him last season, just couldn't get a deal done. We took too long. The Broncos signed Justin Coleman. The Redskins signed AJ Bouye, so we're gonna have to face him now. He was a beast for me in Ultimate Team, but I don't know how good he is this deep in the season. Might not be too good. And the Falcons signed Cam Newton. So Cam Newton leaving the Panthers, going to the Falcons. That's very interesting there. Moving on to some more trades that went through. The Saints sent Cam Jordan to the Cleveland Browns for a 3rd and 5th round pick. The Texans send wide receiver Christian Kirk to Chicago for a right guard Zach Kraft and a 5th round pick. And the Raiders send a 3rd round pick to the Patriots for T.Y. Hilton. So some interesting trades there. Keep on scrolling. It's kind of all, it's not in the perfect order, so that's why I got to keep scrolling. Le'Veon Bell signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Jarrell Casey signed with the Browns. Center Mitch Morse signed with the Broncos. The Packers signed wide receiver Tyrell Williams. The Falcons signed free safety Mike Hilton. And the Dolphins signed cornerback Marcus Peters. Dallas Cowboys also send Jordan Lewis and a 3rd round pick to Denver for a 2nd round pick. Pittsburgh sent Tywan Taylor and a 5th round pick this year to the Falcons for a 2nd round pick. The Cardinals sent Philip Lindsay to the Packers for Eli Rogers and a 6th. The Seahawks send Tyler Decker to the Steelers for a current 6th, 7th, and a future 6th. Jacksonville Jaguars send Josh Allen to the Dolphins for the 34th overall pick, the 44th overall pick, and Pittsburgh's first next year, and Olivier Vernon. So a shit ton of players there. Just sending all kinds of people. Keep on scrolling down here. Pittsburgh signed Everson Griffin. Chicago signed Sammy Watkins. So Chicago getting some receivers this year. The Saints signed left outside linebacker Shaq Thompson. My throat's giving out on me. The Raiders signed Nicole Roby-Coleman, and the Cardinals signed Derrick Henry. So Nick Chubb, Juszczyk, and Derrick Henry. You already know Cardinals' game plan next season. Ground and pound, baby. He's ready for it. He is ready for it, and that is that. So I have made personally 4 trades. One was strictly draft pick trade, and the other 3 were for players. So we're just going to kind of go through my game plan of why I made these moves. Well, first things first, we'll talk about the draft pick one. I didn't have many draft picks this year, and one guy wasn't going to be able to make the draft this year. He was at work, he was going to miss the draft. So I traded a 5th round pick in the last draft that we're going to have. So next season's draft, 5th round pick to him for a 6th round and a 7th round this year. So I get 2 more additional picks this year, and then next year we have a pick in every round but the 5th. I just thought we need a little more picks this draft, especially with kind of what happened throughout the offseason. So decided that was a good move to make. 5th next draft for us, trade that to the Colts, and the Colts sent me a 6th and a 7th. Trying to get some just a little more players in, and you'll know why here in a second. I'm trying to scroll up here. So going into free agency, I had my cap situation was god awful. I was in the negatives. I mean, it was bad. I had to physically cut people to even have a slight amount of room, and I wasn't really paying attention to my cap. I didn't think it was that bad. I knew it was like tight. I thought maybe I had like 3 mil or something, but it was bad. It was very, very bad. I guess I can't show you. Can I show you? Or I don't know. Who cares? But it was just really bad. And I wanted to free up cap because there was a move I wanted to make in the offseason. and I don't know. We'll see what you guys think how I did here. We'll see. I can't make any more trades for this season. I'm done. You're only allowed 3-player trades a season. So first trade I made is I sent my 5th round pick in this year's draft to the Dolphins for Devontae Parker. So Devontae Parker is now on the squad. Some of you were saying I was just not looking my slot receivers away, but I mean, there was probably times where I wasn't, but a lot of the times the dude just wasn't getting open. Okay, McLeod just was not getting open whatsoever. I thought Devontae Parker in the slot, he's kind of old on the older side now, but he still has good route running and stuff. He's about the same speed as McLeod, so he's just a better version of him, bigger. So I think him in the slot would be a better option for me than McLeod. And for a 5th round pick, only 2 seasons left, I was like, okay, you know, let's make that deal happen. So we made it, we agreed it, got approved. And then I realized that with that trade coming in, I was negative, what was I? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I think I was like under the cap, or over the cap by like 7 or 8 million, I think. It was bad. So I was like, well, fuck, I really need cap space bad. So I was looking at my team, what could I do to possibly make a move? And this is what we ended up doing. I sent Keenan Allen and my 3rd round pick this year to the Broncos for the 20th overall pick in this year's draft. So Keenan Allen has a hefty contract. This was by far the best deal I got. I had a couple people reach out to me, but this was by far the best deal we had. And getting rid of him allowed me to free up a lot of cap so I can make the Devontae Parker trade. And I also get the 20th pick in overall this draft. So I didn't have a 1st round pick in this year's draft at all. I had nothing. I had a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and a 7th, I think, because I traded away my 5th. So then I traded away my 3rd, and so but I got the 20th pick. So this is why I made that draft pick the trade with the Colts to acquire more, because I traded quite a bit of picks to this season. So I thought we needed some more people, and Keenan obviously was great. He's been with us since, how many years has he been here? 2 or 3 seasons, I think. I think it's actually 2 seasons he's been with us. Just been about 1,000-yard receiver. I mean, obviously Slayton takes most of the work, and we'll see what we do. I mean, I'm not going to go too deep into my draft plan. That will be next video. But maybe we get a receiver in the draft that can replace Keenan. Maybe I give Downing that role, because Downing, you know, he's ready. He's there. So we'll kind of figure out what we do, but we do have the 20th overall pick, which is huge. We need 1st round talent. I mean, we got 2 seasons left. These 3rd and 4ths, yeah, they help. I mean, Newell, our corner that we got last season, was in the 4th round. Now he's pretty freaking good, 74, 75 overall now for us, and a star. So, I mean, I think we need 1st round talent to help us get there, and there's a couple positions I need. And Keenan, like I said, his contract was huge. He was the only one I was really willing to move. I mean, he could have moved like Jabril, but I don't want to trade Jabril. I mean, he's just been a staple for our defense. And honestly, if you think about it now, do we really need Keenan alongside Slayton? I mean, Slayton's having 2,000-yard receiving yards in a season, 27 touchdowns. I mean, Keenan, we have Evan Ingram still. We have Saquon still. We have Devontae Parker now, which hopefully should help in the slot, and Downing, who's improving. So we'll see. We'll see how the draft goes. If I, decide I want to draft someone, or if I decide I want Downing to take that spot, we'll kind of figure that out. And the final trade we made was I sent Rob Havenstein, our right tackle, and a 4th round pick this year to the Broncos, or not the Broncos, the Bengals, for his 1st round pick this year, which is number 30. So this year we lost my 3rd, 4th, and 5th round pick, gained Devontae Parker, and lost Keenan Allen and lost Rob, but we also gained 2 1st round picks. So currently we have 2 1st round picks and a 2nd round pick, I believe. Let me double check here. Yeah, so we have the pick number 20 from Denver, pick number 30 from Cincy, and the 2nd round pick. And because I traded the 5th and the 4th, I was like, or not the 5th, because I traded the 3rd, 4th, and all that, and I was like, we need some people. We need some people on the squad. We just got to get some depth at this point. So I made that trade with the Colts to acquire the 6th and the 7th. So going into this year's draft, we have 2 firsts, 20 and 30, a 2nd round pick, pretty high-ish, I guess. I guess it's not that high, now that I think about it. And then we have a long wait, and then we have a 6 and a 2 7. So that would just be some depth spots. And we have 3 high picks, though. I mean, we do. We've never had 2 picks in the first round. I don't believe we've had it. I just tried being more aggressive this year. Maybe, you know, this was the time to draft high. And so we'll go take a look at our roster here, the player we acquired, Devontae Parker. So right now our right tackle is going to be Luke. He's going to get the job done for us. 24-74 over on a star. Rob left us, and this is the man replacing him. So we will see how he does. His pass blocking's okay. Well, I guess his power and finesse. The pass block itself is not the greatest, but we'll see. We'll see. He'll be taking that spot. And that was the only. Oh, actually, Devontae Parker. I'm so dumb. About a minute since I've recorded, so I'm a little out of it, and there's a lot to get through. Devontae Parker, 77 overall, age 30. Like I said, he's on the older side, but if you looked at McLeod's stats, it's like the exact same thing. McLeod was like 90 speed, 91 acceleration, but then all his route running was like low 70s. Instead, we got 82 catching, 83 catching traffic. I mean, everything's green. We got greens all around in the slot. Not bad. I think for a 5th round pick, with only 2 seasons remaining, I don't think he's that bad. He's almost a 78 overall. So he's going to be our slot guy, for sure, 100%. Now I'm going to show you guys who we had to get rid of because we had just cap problems. I mean, the cap issue was bad this season. Even with Keenan leaving and Rob leaving, I still had to cut some people. So we're going to go ahead to show you guys all the people I got rid of. It's quite a bit. But I just had to. I mean, we literally were in the negative, so I had to let people go. Let Garrett Williams go. Was one of the rookies we drafted late a while back. Austin Traylor I let go. I didn't want to let him go, but I saved $1 million in cap just by letting this man go, and I wanted him to stay. He's a decent run blocking tight end, so had to let him go. Corey Brayton let go. Raymond McLeod I also had to let go. I saved about $1 million in cap just letting him leave. Ryan and Rasheem, both these combined saved about $1 million in cap. Sam Beal, Corey, and Morgan, all 3 of these saved about $1 million in cap just by letting all those guys go. We had cap issues. I mean, I just don't know how else to say it. We were in the negative, and people had to go. So that is it. I mean, if you hindsight, am I really gonna miss any of these guys? Maybe, maybe not. Sam Beal and Valentine, I wish I could have kept at least one of them. Just for some depth. Rasheem Green was a decent backup, but I had to let him go. We have $1 million middle linebackers, so Ryan wasn't really necessary. Rayway McLeod did nothing last season at all. I thought he would be something. He was our special teams kick returner and punt returner. I thought he'd be something. Honestly, the only one that really contributed the most was probably Traylor with his just blocking. So not too upset with who I had to let go, but we just had to happen. And then with all the people, I signed 3 people in free agency, and after I signed them, I had $10,000 in cap. So we are cap strapped to the max, man. I mean, it's bad. I mean, Keenan had to go, or else we were not going to be able to do much. But I did sign 3 people. I signed a backup left tackle, Jared Hawkins, 1 year, $550,000. A backup center, Joey Hunt, 1 year, $550,000. I say backup now. I might draft a center. I might, who knows? We'll see. We'll see. But I'm assuming he probably will not start. I will find a better option for him. He's like a 60 overall. He's a 62. Tyrod Taylor, we needed a backup. He was cheap. 1 year, $1.6 million. And I'm interested to try something with him. If you guys don't, most of you probably don't know, because it's quite a bit of you watch the streams, but there is a formation on offense that, since I run the Saints offensive playbook, there's a formation on offense where I only can run it with my backup quarterback. It physically will not let me put Daniel Jones in that formation. I think I actually ran it one game with my kicker in it at quarterback, because I just wasn't even paying attention. I thought Daniel Jones could run it. It's a lot. I mean, obviously Taysom Hill did a lot of read options, some quarterback stuff, some all kinds of stuff. So I thought, I was looking, is there someone with some speed that I can, kind of use in that Taysom Hill role, just like in real life? And I came across Tyrod Taylor. Stats on passing, okay. I mean, they're not bad. He's a 64 overall. What do you expect? He's old. He's 34. But this is where it's interesting. 87 speed, 90 acceleration, 78 elusiveness, 83 juke move, 78 spin. I mean, that's pretty freaking good. Will he play a lot? Probably not. But if I can just sprinkle a little gadget play here and there, maybe run a little read option, maybe run a little play action, try to get him outside the pocket, just something. I think that would bring a little bit of uniqueness to the offense, and I can actually use that formation, because I couldn't use that formation at all because, one, my backup quarterback last season was like a 55 overall. This is a better backup quarterback, so if Daniel happens to go down, that we have a lot better backup quarterback option. And I just want to be able to use that play. I mean, I have the Saints playbook. I want to be able to use that formation. So, sign Tyrod, very cheap deal, and that's pretty much that. Next episode will be the draft. We have 2 firsts, a second, and a 6th and a 7th, or 2 7ths. So, just going off needs, we definitely are drafting a center. Don't know where. Don't want to show you my board. And we're definitely probably going to draft a receiver as well. And I don't know if he's going to take Downing's spot, or if Downing's going to take the number 2 spot, or if the rookie we're going to draft is going to take the number 2. But say we draft a center, our offensive line is really not going to be that bad. Maybe he's low 70. If I draft an early one, maybe I get lucky and he's low 70s or something. And then we got an 80, 84, low 70s, and 75 to 74. So that's not bad. We do need to probably draft a tight end. I'll probably do that later in the rounds, though. And yeah, so let me know what you guys think about the trades. Defensive side of the ball, we'll have to pick up a couple more corners, but we'll figure that all out later on. But Keenan Allen had to go. I mean, the cap was so bad. Daniel Jones tagging him really fucked us, and it was like I had to figure it out. So we had to scramble, make things happen. I think I did good with what I had to do. I got rid of some talented players, and I got 2 first-round picks for it. We didn't even have a first-round pick this draft. So I think it's gonna be worth it. 2 high quality rookies, hopefully, if I hit on them, and then we'll be ready for the next season. So let me know what you guys think about the trades you made. Do you approve of them? Do you not? Hopefully you do. That's pretty much all I got for this one, though. I'll see you guys in the next episode, which should be tomorrow, and it should be the draft and stuff. So I'll see you guys then.